Okay, this here is what you get after you've installed a nice fresh copy of CentOS 6.3 and using the KDE desktop. It's completely standard out of the box. I've added no extra components to it. It's basically just booted off the live KDE DVD and installed to the hard drive. This particular instance I'm using a virtual machine instead of a real computer, but the process is exactly the same. Okay, so now to install VideoConverter, what we'll need is an actual web browser to get to the VideoConverter website, and there's two web browsers which are available. You've got the standard Conqueror web browser which comes with KDE, or you can use the Firefox web browser, but because we're using just the standard installation of the KDE desktop, this time I think we'll just go for the Conqueror. Okay, so Conqueror's all up and running. We've just got to go to the website and get our download. So it's www. So that's the website. Okay, once we get there, we can't actually do much because we're not actually a user, we're not logged in, and we need to be logged in to access the downloads or the videos or all the other things that are available there. You can read the requirements, a bit about it, excuse me, the installation, but that's about all. So first of all, we'll have to create a new account. So we click the create new account link. We'll just add, let's see, someone, and add the email address. Someone, whoops, and just add your password. And then you have to type in what you see on the screen. This is really needed because of these automated bots, spam bots. So basically, without adding something like this and a couple of other safeguards, the whole site gets completely taken over by bogus users, and it's not so good. So I'll try and type this in. That's ARH, and also this is case sensitive. ARH 6, it could be a G, 6 GE, I think. Could be a G, could be a C, but anyway, let's soon find out. Yep, that's alright. So instantly you're logged in and you become a user then. Once you're logged in, you get access to all the other available stuff up here. Home is where we were before. This is home. You've got forums if you want to go and have a yarn. You've got the tutorials, which I'm creating right now. You've got the downloads, and you've got contacts if you want to contact me about anything, any problems you have. Okay, so now we want to download it. Click on downloads. Also, by the way, you've got the installation page here, which literally tells you all about what gets installed and how to install it, the differences between the different Fedoras and CentOS, how to update and how to install FFmpeg. But anyway, this is what I'm teaching you now, so we don't need to worry about that. So we'll go to the downloads. In the downloads, you've got two files that you can download, the setup or the uninstall, I should say. If the uninstall completely removes an installation that you've got on your computer already, and the top one is the installation. So we'll click on that. Okay, this is the dialog which comes with Conqueror, and we'll save as. We'll save it in downloads. Always save it in downloads. Don't download it to documents or some other weird place. Save. Okay, that's it. It's pretty quick. So we'll close out of Conqueror, and we can have a look at what we've got by selecting, getting rid of that, and clicking on downloads, and there we have it. It's all downloaded. I prefer to look at details rather than just the icons, but anyway, that's my personal choice. So yeah, to unpack it now, this is really important. If you right click on it, you get the menu options, and the one that we're interested in is extract archive here. Don't use these other ones, extract to, or auto detect subfolders or whatever. This is the one that's the most important thing, because it'll actually recreate the directory and the install link right here. You won't put them anywhere else. So click on that, and that's what we want to see. We want to see the folder, and we want to see the actual shortcut link that we're going to use. On later versions of Fedora, like from 17 onwards, and on CentOS 7, it'll be slightly different. Okay, let's see if I can pop up a downloads file. Okay, this is just a rough idea of, I mean, they're not zip files, but it gives you an idea. If you right click, you'll see that there's an extract menu option, and if you go along, you'll see extract archive here. This is Fedora 18 that I'm showing you this in. So that's the difference in the menu structure in the different Fedoras and the different CentOS. But that's the same option in a slightly different place. So we'll get rid of that. So if you have a look here, we've got it straight in the bottom instead of in a subfolder. So okay, having that all explained, we can get rid of this zip file now. We don't need it, so you can throw it in the trash. You can always download it later if you really need it, but we don't need it anymore. To get the installation up and running, all we have to do is click on this. You'll get a dialog box which pops up. You get those information pop-ups to tell you what's going on. Okay, what is actually happening here is it's asking for the sudoers it's asking for the root password to actually change the security of the sudoers list. If we don't change the security of it, then we can't get in there and we can't add you as a user, and we have to add you as a user to the sudoers list so we can do all the installation. So this is why we type in the password for the root. Okay, now it's going to check, and it's telling you what's going on here. Basically the same as what it says here, but it says here that you're not in the sudoers list, which is normal because we've just installed KDE CentOS 6.3, and it's actually added us already to the list. That's where it says there, so I will add you. So we're added. But now we have to change the actual sudoers list, the sudoers file I should say, change its security back to the way it was before we added you as the user. Okay, so now we'll type in yes, you or the root's password. Okay, that's done. So now we're part of the sudoer list, so we can use sudo to actually do the installation, which is really good. So now we've got to enter the sudo password, which is the same as the root password. This password will be used throughout the installation to install components using yum, and add a couple of components to the USR folder. So type in the password. Okay, and first we install wget. I say wget, but that's needed to actually download the codecs and the filters and whatever. Without wget, we can't get anything. So it's installed. Okay, now we're installing, and I should say updating to a later version of the Qt language. Qt is what Linux is built on, so a later version, it's got less bugs in it. Now it's getting the latest version of VideoConverter. No, it's not yet. First it's downloading the Qt libs. The Qt libs are the ones that VideoConverter were built with. So by using those libs instead of the ones which come with this version of Linux, then VideoConverter is going to work better. It's guaranteed to work actually. Now we're downloading the latest version of VideoConverter. Okay, now it's downloading a whole lot of small zip files, which are the contents of the folders that are in the VideoConverter folder, which is in your home directory. So anyway, it's all done, it's all installed. So you can actually copy all this and paste it into a text file if you wanted to keep track of the install. There's no log file, but this is basically a log in itself, so we don't need that anymore. And We can move that over there. See, what we have now is an icon here, which sometimes shows up and sometimes it doesn't show up. It just depends on what version of KDE, because they're all slightly different. But after the KDE's been rebooted, that icon should pop up. That's the video converter icon. But anyway, if we click on it, you'll get a pop-up which will come up a few times, about 3 times or so, saying that basically VideoConverter cannot find FFmpeg, which is totally normal because FFmpeg is not installed. VideoConverter needs FFmpeg because this is the actual engine of VideoConverter. So if you don't have the engine, you're not going to go anywhere. But anyway, we'll type OK a couple of times. So VideoConverter is all up and running, but it's basically got no engine in it, so you can't actually do anything yet with it. But you can have a look at it. You know, it looks very pretty, and you know, it's you can read about it by clicking the display tips and hovering over things, and it'll tell you what they are. But you won't actually be able to do anything. So our next video we'll have to have a look at how to actually install FFmpeg. If you want to go to the About, and there's pops up again, it'll tell you the version here. That's the latest one at the moment as I'm creating this video tutorial. So yeah, it tells you that it's created in 6.5 CentOS and the Qt version, and use this update button later on if you want to update VideoConverter. Okay, so that's how to install VideoConverter in KDE.